And we're back. Okay. Watch out. That was a good adept. Yeah, no thank you. Just no space for racing there. Oh, no thank you. How about you take a hike? This is actually a little worrisome. I don't want to just move out of the way when I could attack, defeat, and then seize right now. There we go, like that. All done. Sir, the enemy troops are fleeing. Shall we give chase? No, let them run. We fought enough today. Get our men inside the fort and give everyone a break. Yes, sir!
I see. So Crimea's won another victory, have they? Well then, send the rest of our troops to Castle Nardos as reinforcements. Put General Hafen in charge and let them exchange blows with them. Yet that would leave the capital protected by only the Imperial Guard. You forget yourself, Knight. I will be here as well. If they defeat Hafen and make it all the way here, then they are worthy to cross swords with me.
I would beg a question, Your Highness. Why would you divide our troops and give the enemy the advantage?
It's as if you were. As if I were. What? Go on.
It's as if you desire the Crimean army to continue winning and make its way here to you.
I'll not deny it.
Are you saying that you desire Dane's defeat?
No, I am not. If you think it through clearly, Dane will not lose. We had many plans when we started this war. We went through many scenarios, many predictions. But as you know, our predictions have been completely overturned by this gang of rabble. Was that luck, or was it the gap in skill between the individual soldiers? And if it is, aren't you interested in seeing how far they can come?
I don't understand.
Perfect. Nothing raises my spirits like war. Come, Crimea. Let me be the one to consume your noble hearts.
Good. I'm glad we were able to finish that up quickly. Of all the battles in the war so far, the contest before Pinel is the fiercest to date. And from this horrific clash of weapons and wills, the Crimean army emerges bloodied and exhausted, yet victorious. The prize of Fort Pinel is no small thing, but it is the promise of additional reinforcements from Gallia, and the largest Brignon army in Castle Dayan, that keeps the breath of hope alive in the soldiers' hearts. There is one other pivotal piece in Dayan's defense of the former Crimean capital, the severely undermanned Castle Nardos. As the day's end draws near, Tibarn's small force of Hawks and Galleons cease their attacks and return to camp headquarters. That's right, Tibarn was saying he would employ a bit of a hit-and-run tactic with those guys. Chapter 27, Moment of Fate.
Ah, well met, from the look of things.
Battle ended in our favor. We claimed victory, yet Dan had more troops than we expected, and it was a hard-fought battle.
I don't have the best news to report either.
What is it?
As the day ended, we withdrew as planned, but as we were leaving, reinforcements began flooding in from the capital.
That's a piece of ill news.
The men that were originally guarding the castle were nothing special, but there was one who appeared mid-battle and crushed an entire enemy unit by himself. He was so much stronger than the others. It was as if a wolf had appeared in a kennel of blind newborn pups.
What did he look like?
He was covered from toe to tip in black armor. It would make it difficult to judge his size, but I think he was bigger than me. If my intuition's right, he is the villain you've all been talking about.
The Black Knight. He's in that castle. Commander, can I speak to you for a moment? What is it, Titania? I have something important to ask of you. Alright, what is it? I want you to tell me about the night Commander Grail was killed. I understand that it's difficult for you. However, I need to know. I have to. Just tell it once. It's all I ask. If you can't, his death would be something I'll never be able to face. I feel I've done you a terrible disservice by not telling you earlier. It's just that there was a whole lot I had to get clear in my own mind. I know I've kept you waiting. So you'll tell me? Yes, I think I've finally come to a point where I can face it. Alright, whenever you're ready. That night, I've already told you everything up to where I was on my way into the forest, right? At the head of the path, Father had told me to go back to the fort, but I had a bad feeling and followed him anyway. When I entered the clearing, he and the Black Knight were already fighting. They seemed to be evenly matched at first. Then they exchanged a few more blows, and suddenly Father was sent flying. They spoke to each other for a moment, but I was so far away I couldn't hear what they said. Then the Black Knight threw a sword at my father's feet. I think he wanted him to pick it up and use it. But Father didn't touch the sword. He just readied his axe again and charged. It was over in an instant. I couldn't believe my own eyes. They looked like they were embracing, just standing there, frozen. But I saw the Black Knight's blade. It was protruding from Father's back and shining in the moonlight. Oh, Grail. When the knight pulled out his sword, Father sagged and fell backwards. I ran and tried to catch him, but I couldn't hold him. We both fell to the ground. The wound Father had taken was terrible, but at that point he was still alive. The Black Knight approached and said, "Give it to me." I had no idea what he was talking about. I do now, though. He had been sent by King Ashnar to retrieve the medallion. Father told him he'd thrown the medallion away, but the knight didn't believe him. Then he tried to get Father to talk by threatening to kill me, and Mist. I was so angry. I leapt up and attacked him, but it was useless. I didn't give up, though. I didn't care what happened to me, and I attacked again. All this stubbornness. If King Gallia hadn't been nearby, I probably would have died that night, too. After the Black Knight vanished, all I could think was that I didn't want Father to die. He was still alive. I thought if I could just get him back to the fort, we could save him. I clung to that false hope and started walking toward the light of the fort. I just kept walking. Thank you, Ike. It must have been so hard for you. Titania. Commander Grail died on your back. His last moments must have been much happier than I had imagined. Thank you. Now I can finally move past my grief. Titania. Yes? There's something else I haven't told you about. I met him. I met the Black Knight again. What? We fought. You did well to keep your life. I'm not the same boy I was on that night. I've grown a lot. I've worked hard. Yet, even so, I wasn't able to defeat him. There's nothing you could do about that. Not even Commander Grail could defeat him. You're not ready to. It's not that. It's not that my blade work wasn't good enough. Then what do you mean? Titania, it's his armor. It's impervious to damage. What? That's not possible. Even the strongest... He said his armor had been blessed by the goddess. He said only weapons that were also blessed could hurt him. Where are we supposed to get something like that? I have one here. Ike, that sword. Where? The night after Father died, I went back to that clearing by myself. I'd hoped to find some clues that might help me hunt down the knight. The sword was still there. I brought it back with me, and I've been hiding it ever since. I wasn't thinking about using it. I believed that if I just carried the sword with me, I'd meet the Black Knight again. And it worked. So this sword will work against him? It's supposed to. It was made to contest Allendite, which is the sword wielded by the Black Knight. Do you think you have a chance?
I'll win.
Alright, I won't stop you. Use that sword and avenge Commander Grail. But listen, Ike, you must promise me one thing. What is it? When you meet him, you'll exchange blows. If at that moment you don't feel you stand a chance, You must flee. There are times when running away is not the same as losing. Don't you believe in me, Titania? Of course I do. One day you will defeat the Black Knight, I'm sure of it. That's why I don't want you to lose your life on the first go-around. When the time comes, I promise not to interfere, and I won't let anyone else interfere either. I want you to face him one-on-one, and I want you to be calm and use your own best judgment. At times, withdrawing can be the key that unlocks a future victory. Don't forget that.
Understood.
Some words that we definitely want to take to heart, you know? Anyway.
Is there something wrong, Princess?
Oh, my Lord Ike. I was getting prepared for battle, but I'm having a hard time attaching this scabbard to my belt.
Let me see.
Here's the problem. The buckle on the scabbard isn't fastened. There's a little trick to this. Don't move for a second. Alright, that should do it. Thank you. I just can't seem to do anything right. I can't even get myself ready for battle. Everyone else is all suited up. Everyone here is the same way when they first started. In fact, it wasn't all too long ago when I was having a hard time fastening my scabbard. Really? That's right. But my father drilled me hard and tested my swordsmanship and survival skills before I could eat breakfast. We come from different worlds, Princess. So that's how you learned so much. Well, you don't need to practice so hard. You weren't born to be a mercenary like the rest of us war dogs. You'll just get yourself killed if you jump into this rough and nasty war unprepared. I understand. Just don't worry about it. There's no shame in asking for help from the rest of us. We'll be there to back you up. Thank you, my Lord Ike. Anytime, Princess Valencia. And we get B rank automatically. Isn't that nice? Princess Valencia, you're still here? Oh, my Lord Ike. Well, I was getting a little practice in. I don't want to be a burden to everyone else. Would it be better to have a training partner? I feel guilty asking someone to train with me. It would be a waste of time. I'm no match for their skill. I meant what I said earlier, about not hesitating to ask for help, but I guess you decided to ignore me. No, it's not like that at all. I heard what you said, but I still feel so... I know how powerless and frustrated you must feel. It was a terrifying feeling when I discovered my father left me in command of the Grail mercenaries. But there's a huge difference between inheriting a country and abandoned mercenaries, isn't there? Not at all. You're absolutely right. It's hard, knowing what kind of responsibility I have, and just how unsuited I am to take it. Over the last year, I learned a lot from all those battles. Mostly, I learned that there are many things I can't do on my own. Everything I achieved was possible only because of the people around me. I trust them completely, and I'm not ashamed to ask for help. That goes for you too. You're not alone. That's a great way to look at it. Thank you. Isn't that sweet? Well, since Ike actually has a magic stat, I might as well keep it. Do I still have keys? Yes, I do. One's all I need, though. Let's... hold on. I want to make sure Ike has enough stats for a certain something. Top speed is good. I think his max strength and defense are, what, 26 and 7, respectively? Or maybe they're both 26. You know what? I think he'll be fine. Yeah. Let's just get into it.
General Ike, please come with me. We're getting ready to have a war council and discuss tomorrow's battle.
So the Black Knight's in that castle, is he? There's little doubt of it. That Bayark's a real handful. Even when I attacked him in cat form, I barely scratched him. It's his armor. It's apparently blessed by the goddess. Ordinary weapons, natural or no, can't damage it. Well, that's just swell. So how are we supposed to defeat him? Angry looks? Leave that to me. I've got a sword that should be effective against him.
I don't like it, but I suppose there's no choice. We don't use weapons or shields. Those are Bayark tools for Bayark alone. Very well. If the villain in question appears, we leave him to General Ike. Now then, shall we determine who among us storms the castle?
Ike, can I talk to you? Not right now, Mist. We're discussing battle strategy. I know that. Even so, please, it'll only take a moment. Mist, I promise I'll make time later. Be patient and wait quietly.
What is it, Beatrice One?
I feel a bit dizzy. May I rest a moment?
Oh, what foul genius this there is its head! The gods of war do charge of heavy toll, but it bewitch us and attack our very minds. The princess, she is faint in her heart. Forgive your humble servant this trespass. Halt, my dear, and bless me with your arm. Good folk, we shall retire for a spell.
Of course, Princess, please rest and allow us to proceed with these preparations.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
What is it? Come on, Mist. You realize the princess was making time for you to talk with me, don't you?
Well, I thought I could talk to you later, but then I changed my mind and wanted to talk to you now.
I've been hoping to talk to you too. I haven't heard very much from you since the other day.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When you told us that story, I was so shocked. That's why.
The part about Mother's death, and about Father, right?
Uh-huh.
That's only natural. So, you've come to some kind of understanding with it all? Is that it?
At first, I couldn't believe it. The stuff about the medallion and the revival of the Dark God and all that? None of it. None of it sounded real. And everything about Father, that was even more unbelievable. It was all I could think about, but I didn't want to think about it anymore. It made my head hurt. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even sleep. I would just lie awake at night and stare at the tent walls.
Yeah, I was the same way.
I guess my body finally reached its limit. Last night I fell asleep. And when I woke up this morning, I don't know. It was all gone. I only had one emotion left.
One emotion? What was it?
It's hard to say. Sympathy, I suppose.
For Mother?
Uh-huh, and for Father. I think more for him than anyone else. Father and Mother were in love, weren't they? And then the medallion, it made Father go, what did you say? Berserk? When he returned to himself, he found Mother. When Father died, it hurt so much. I thought I was going to die. Father must have felt the same. No, he must have felt even worse.
I think you're right. And Father kept it all to himself, too. Mother, the medallion, being hunted. He never said a word to us. It was his burden alone.
The man who killed Father was that knight we saw in Portoja, right? The one in the black armor?
Yes.
You're going to fight him, aren't you? For Father?
Yes, I am. That's one thing I won't let anyone else do in my stead.
Trying to stop you is pointless. I know. If I were stronger, and if I were a sword fighter, I'd be doing the same thing.
Mist.
But you must keep your promise. You promised to lead the company in Father's place, and to protect me. If you go and get yourself killed, I'll never forgive you.
I understand. That's why I'm not going to lose.
I know.
How are you feeling, Princess?
It was a lie. I'm not feeling unwell at all. I'm sorry I fooled you.
I knew it all along. It was all for Titania and Mist, was it not? It would appear, my dear Princess, that you care for them greatly.
I witnessed the death of both my father and mother. Soldiers fell one after the other, and then I was separated from Geoffrey. It was Ike and his friends who rescued me. If not for them, I'm sure I would be dead now. My lord Ike and Mist, too, know the pain that I carry with me. The pain of losing one's parents in war. That may account for why the two of them, right from the beginning, were so warm and friendly. That gave me the support I needed to survive. Mist and I have continuously encouraged each other to go on. So...
They rescued you and are your patrons. There are those among the soldiers who complain in jealousy of Ike's station, but it is a trivial matter. We, the retainers of House Crimea, find this general very much to our liking.
Ah, Bastion, I'm pleased to hear it.
Enough plain speaking. I must ready my silver tongue anew. Shall we return to the council?
Yes.
Sir Knight, the Crimean army will renew their assault at the castle momentarily. The troops we faced are not the half-breeds we fought yesterday. It is the army that bested General Bertram. They are not what one would call an easy opponent. Resolve it. I beg your pardon? Have your command. The castle defenses are on your shoulders. I have business with General Eno. Understood.
Is everyone ready? The castle's strength has been bolstered with the reinforcements from Capital. We must strike now before any more can arrive. If the Black Knight appears, don't try to engage him. He is mine. I will take care of him. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm forgetting someone. Wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna try speedrunning this chapter. Well, speedrun, quote unquote. Because similar to the second stage of chapter 17, I'll probably end up resetting so that way I can get a more optimal result and, you know, train at my party if necessary. The objective for this mission is to arrive, but wait, there's no arrive point. Well, simply, you have to open any of these 3 doors, doesn't matter which one, and that'll open up this this upper section. And once you get to there, that's the arrive point. Is that A rank? Yes, it is. We'll have a couple dudes following me, and there's some thieves scattered about. And where there are thieves, there are treasure chests. Well, you can plainly see 2 of them there in the center. And once you go upstairs, there are 5 more. Yeah, 5. That's a lot.
Space limits.
No. That would be a really bad misclick. By the way, there's a bolting mage up there, so be careful if you're planning to go up the center route. Whoa! Oh, don't mess with Valencia. Good job. Oh, so much for that plan. Unneeded soul. And that was a critical too. Now we're just showing off. Double bow. This is the S rank bow and it sucks. I'm sorry, like... Okay, good. Yeah, you can hold them off just fine. Cool. Now, these two chests, I believe, one contains a silver lance and a physics staff. How much endurance is this door? 40, okay. I can hold on to the key because instead I'll use an axe. Axes are effective against doors, by the way. There we go. Sheesh, okay. These chests, I think one has a spear, one has, I'm pretty sure Bolganon, one might have a statue fragment, or something useless. One of them has the last, no, this guy does. He has the last occult scroll, making that 4 in total. And one of these has the scroll for a resolve, which you absolutely want to get. It's that good. Of the 4 chapters that compose the late game, this one's probably the least offensive, I would say. It's still annoying if you're either not properly prepared or if you have really bad luck. But if you can make it past chapter 26, you shouldn't have too much trouble with this one. Feral ones are especially strong this stage in the game. Wait, one more. Ouch. Burn. Really should have brought a hammer with me. Oh well. Something, something, I drink your milkshake. Slurp. Nope, nobody bye. Alright, as we get closer to the top where the boss is standing, some of these other enemies will start moving towards us. Yep, there's a spear. Dang it. Still dang it. You can go as far as there, huh? Okay. That's nice. Zoop. There's another bishop over there. This'll hurt. I think that mage on the far right has meteor. And by the way, the sniper right here has a brave bow. Oh, fortify staff. Yeah, that's really good. I'll definitely come back for that. Alright, unfortunately Ike is too far away from the boss. I'll have to send someone else to take care of him. Use this. There, Tekken Man will choke this point. Yes, he does. Okay, good. Or, not good for my case.
Not good with his majesty, I am not facing you here. For warrior, meeting a powerful foe is a joy above all others, and this I give thanks to the king. Now, let's enjoy the gift we've been given.
Does he? Oh, he has Miracle too. That's gonna be really annoying. Let's get rid of that. Is the Black Knight in there?
Yes.
Step aside. I have business with him.
Good seeing you and Sir Knight have some connection. My curiosity knows no bounds, but before you reach Sir Knight, you must first vanquish me.
Challenge accepted. Shoot. Ooh! Do it! Yes!
This just end. No, no!
Okay, that was exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Point's been secured, now all I have to do is survive. Oh, don't attack from a distance, that's just a waste of time.
Space Lariat!
That's it. That's it. Good girl. Alright. Time to reset the game, but first, this little scene. The one I seek is behind these doors. Don't follow me. I'm going in alone. Ike, wait! I'm going with... No, Soren. We have to let Ike go, alone. The Black Knight is his. Defeating him is a crucial step that Ike must take in order to truly get over the death of his father. Idiocy! I'll hear no more of this naive nonsense. What if something happens to him? What then? I think Ike has gained the composure to keep calm and judge whether or not he can match his opponent. If in fact he can't, it means he's reached his full potential, and that's all there is to him. We just have to accept that. But I believe in Ike. I trust him. His life is not his alone any longer. I don't believe he's so irresponsible as to leave his companions behind by choosing to engage in a contest he cannot win. Please, Soren, you must feel the same way, don't you? I don't like it. Sometimes bravery and good judgment aren't enough. Commander Grail, watch over your son.